I'm wearing pants. Is it a bow rack? One, two, test. 1, 2, we're good. I'll just start off on my own. And Gang. What is up, Howdy Media Insiders Group? Welcome to today's live stream. Sorry, I'm a few minutes late. There's lots of things that go into this. But hey, glad to have you on. Glad that you're watching. Hope you came ready to learn. We're opening it up, okay? We're opening this thing up for Q&A. We're opening it up for you to ask, like, whatever question that you want. You have full access to me for the next 30 to 45 minutes. Right? So put anything you want to know in the comments, any topics you want to talk about, any questions you want answered. And we also have a new guest. And don't forget, if you're on YouTube, click in the description. We can't see your comments on YouTube. So make sure to go to Facebook. And then you can request to be a member of the Howdy Insiders Group. and you can comment there. Today we have a guest coming on. I'll introduce you here in a little bit to who that is. If you can guess who's coming on today, I'll give you a shout out live on stream. But it's going to be a good one. Thanks for watching. If you're tuning in, wherever you're watching from, get out a notebook, man. This is an hour of learning. This is an hour of just connecting with each other. So yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. How long have you guys been a part of the Insiders group? I want to know. I want to know right now. We'll be reading this stuff live, by the way. We're reading this stuff live. We recently came out with, I actually do have an ebook out now. It's actually published and everything. So that's exciting. We're doing a giveaway at the end of this live stream. If you're watching this, make sure to stay to the end because we might be giving away a lucky prize to help with your content. Helping with your content, man. All right, well, we're going to need some more engagement, chat. We're going to need some more engagement. We're live. We're going to go ahead and bring on our guest. But first, could you bring me my water over there while you're there? Boom. Easy money. How's this weather today, guys? Like 65 degrees. We're chilling. We're chilling. Everybody, welcome to the stage, Naomi Richardson. Here is your microphone. Thank you. We're going live every day. We're going live every day. Let me scoot over right here. Perfect. We're going live every day. Bringing guests on. She's not a guest, but she's part of the Howdy Media gang. How you doing, Naomi?
Living, man.
Living. So, what have you been up to nowadays?
I have been trying to sell some real estate. As far as Howdy goes, I have been working with some really awesome clients that have been seeing some great results. We've been getting some engagement up. We've been seeing a lot of follower increases just on meeting their strategy to just raise brand awareness and make them present, make them look legitimate online. It's been a good time.
So what are some of the things that you've been having to do recently? Like there's some daily tasks that you have to do.
Daily, it's kind of turned into where scrolling social media is actually work.
It's research.
It's research.
I was scoot over a little bit right here.
Okay. Perfect. It's research. I spend a lot of time on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook Reels, just kind of seeing what other successful content creators are doing and kind of taking some of their ideas with trends and finding different ways for them to apply to our clients and just keep it fun. Just make it fun. That's the biggest thing, is just finding ways to make a business entertaining, because not all businesses are entertaining.
Correct.
But if you want to be relevant on social media, you have to find a way to be entertaining.
Relevant in general, honestly, because like I go to the local theater, not bashing any companies, but all the ads, like everybody sleeps through the ads, and it doesn't have to be that way. Like, why can't you just make a good ad? You know, spend a few $100, make a funny commercial, make something engaging, whatever it is, and then guess what? You can throw it in the theater ads, but you can also repurpose it on YouTube. You can repurpose it as a Facebook ad. Like, we're all about repurposing over here. So again, if you're watching on YouTube, we cannot see your comments, so make sure to hit the description, come over here, join the Facebook group, hop on the live streams that we're doing daily. If you don't know Naomi, she is the creative director here at Howdy Media. She does a bunch of the management. So clients that we have, they come to us and they're like, hey, we don't have a brand online. We want one. We want to not have to spend all of our time doing it. So that's why they call us. If you want us to teach you how to do it, which is sometimes a cheaper option, this is what this group is for. This is what it's for. So a few of the questions that we talked about the last live stream were about podcasts and podcast creation. Naomi, what do you think about podcasts in 2024?
Podcasts that seems to be the way that everybody's going. It sort of started out to where if you wanted to listen to podcasts, you got directly onto a podcast. But I can't tell you how many full podcast episodes I've watched just because they came up in my social media feed. And there's so much that you can do with podcasts. I think that one thing that COVID kind of taught everybody was just almost like the value of a full face-to-face conversation and feeling and being relatable. And I think that podcasts are a great tool for that. And then that podcast can be so diverse. You can turn it into YouTube shorts. You can turn them into TikToks. You can turn them into almost any reel that you want. And that's kind of one of those trends that it's like, if you haven't hopped on it, you should probably get on it pretty quick, because that's definitely the direction that entertainment seems to be going.
Yeah, and it's a huge time saver. So like that's one strategy that we've been doing these last couple of months. So whenever we first got the studio, we were having content days like once a month, filming individual pieces of content for everything we posted. And we're trying to post like every day. So that's a lot of stuff just for Instagram and Facebook. But now we're getting more into long form content because we believe, and we're practicing what we preach, like it's worth the investment and worth the time for the long form, because first of all, you're building more trust, you're spending more time with that person. Second of all, you can repurpose all of the stuff that you make, and then you don't have to spend, like, you only spend time filming that long form thing, and that then turns into your short form. So if we have one podcast episode that's an hour long, you can break it up in so many ways. On YouTube especially, if you throw it into something like Opus Clips, you can take that episode, have it make like compilations of the best moments. You can divide it up between topics. So like you can say, cut out the best 10 minutes of my video. So then you could have a video and you could have 5 sub videos that you post that are like 5 to 10 minutes long. So you'll have your hour long one, 5 to 10 minute ones. And then you can break down even further and go to short form content. So you're making Instagram reels, you're making TikToks, you're making Facebook reels, if that's even relevant. Do you post Facebook reels very often?
I have the feature turned on to where if I post something on Instagram, it crosses over to my Facebook, and that's really the only way that my stuff ever ends up on Facebook.
Yeah, I mean, definitely don't neglect Facebook, okay? It goes back to like your target audience, okay? So if you're trying to reach a certain age group, so you're trying to sell financial services for like specifically retired people who don't necessarily have a W-2 job at the moment, that's a very niche thing. So if you think about the age group, that's going to be probably a lot of them are on Facebook. That's just how it is. Like if you're wanting to target Gen Zers, you're going to go to TikTok. So these are things to keep in mind whenever you're thinking about this stuff, thinking about your target audience. But yeah, we're a big fan of podcasts. We're a big fan of long form content. We're kind of pivoting, and this is something we're going to be doing moving forward is first of all, we'll have live streams. We're building a community, which is the Insiders group that you're in right now, and you'll have access to us. Ask us literally anything on these things, and it's going to be every day at 1 o'clock, so you can plan on being here. But beyond this, we're going to be putting out more YouTube content, more tutorials, more education stuff on how to make crispy content and how to make engaging content that people want to watch. And then on top of that, we're going to have in-person events. So like here in the next month or two, we'll have our first one. And so if you're hearing about this for the first time, you'll be invited. We're going to be inviting everybody in the Insiders group. It's going to be a free event. It's going to be similar to this style. We'll have like a projector we can teach, and we'll probably have some specific things we'll be talking about that day. But those are some of the things to look forward to with Howdy Media in the future. If you're wanting to learn any of this, just reach out directly to me, reach out to Naomi. We are all open books. So, Naomi, let's get into kind of your real estate journey. How have you been utilizing social media and real estate so far?
I gotta be real honest, that's been one of the things that I feel like is the easiest to push for me, probably because of my involvement in Howdy and some other social media experience that I have, and just the impact that I have seen on how social media has really become a lot more of a powerful tool than I think any of us expected. But I mean, I held an open house yesterday and posted a TikTok, and I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't even anything close to my best work. I think I threw it together in like 3 minutes, but there's a potential offer being put in on that house because somebody saw a TikTok. Like that's wild. And it just kind of goes to show a lot of people discount it. I know that some more seasoned agents in real estate, if I'm like talking strategy with them and I'm like, man, I really like to utilize social media, they're going to go, what do you think you're going to get from that?
Yeah, exactly.
But
if they only knew.
Yeah, but that's the way it goes. And it drums up so many conversations because maybe you see my Instagram reels or a Facebook post or a TikTok when you're just kind of casually scrolling and you see my face. That gets you in front of people and that makes people remember you. We shot one of the transitions, like the almost like jump scare type transitions were trending really bad. We did the gurney rollover one, and I got a call from an Edward Jones rep, and they specifically mentioned that, and we shot that back in like April. But people are still talking about it because they remembered it and it stood out, and they knew that I was in real estate because of that like silly little social media video.
Yeah, and it's definitely starting to show up more and more, especially in Abilene, with Abilene being like 5 years behind of the rest of the world. Like, now is the time to hop in, which is why we're pushing so aggressively on this stuff. And to be honest, I wouldn't have a business if I didn't have social media, because not only is it one of our services, but like we wouldn't have gotten any clients because nobody would have known about us. And so everybody's pivoting, especially after COVID, from like the newspapers, the traditional flyers. You can still do those things and they might work, but the amount of time and effort you have to do, like compared to that versus social media, I think you're getting in front of so many more people on social media. And so, and there's a stat that I mention all the time. There's 5 billion people who are actively using YouTube every single month. And so that's just on YouTube. Like, if you add all the social media channels together, you could reach the entire earth. Like, if you do it right. So Mr. Beast, for example, if you know Mr. Beast, he's a YouTuber. He's the biggest YouTuber on the planet. All he does is make interesting videos, and he reaches billions of people. And so, I don't know, if you implement some of the strategies we're teaching, and that, like Levi, our buddy Levi, he's a YouTuber, for example. He's also on Instagram and TikTok and everything. But he's reached over 200,000 followers in a couple years just from posting every day. It's not even anything crazy. Like, it's just getting out there, quantity. There's a big debate between quality over quantity. I'll kind of let you make your own decision on that. If you want advice, totally ask us. But like, that's just an example. And now he started last year in November with about 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. He's about to hit 80,000 subscribers. And it's just like, he quit his full-time job because he's just doing this now. That's just like, you don't have to go full-time and just be a YouTuber, but you can leverage this stuff, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, in order to significantly increase your sales, significantly increase your revenue. So like, that's why we're such big believers. Billy Flint, thanks for watching, brother. Elisha Secco, thanks for watching. Matthew Adam, thanks for watching, man. 4K versus 1080p, thoughts? Great question. It depends on where you're putting it, on what platforms. If you're uploading it to YouTube, I would say YouTube is designed more for higher quality stuff and bigger files, and there's 4K option. Facebook, we're starting to see a little bit more 4K. Sometimes it gets compressed. Sometimes it doesn't get compressed. It's kind of hit or miss. So what we do for Instagram and Facebook and TikTok, we'll post, like, we can film it in 4K, but whenever we're exporting our videos, we export it in 1080p. That gives it the best chance. Like, you do, if you're in Adobe, you can do like the highest quality render, highest quality export settings. but do it to 1080p, then that's how you get the best image whenever it comes to posting on Instagram and Facebook. So what kind of tools do you use whenever you're editing for social media stuff?
It kind of depends on what I'm doing. Honestly, I kind of use the kindergartner tools.
And that's okay. That's
yeah.
okay. You don't have to use anything crazy. A lot of people see our Adobe stuff, which is what I work on, because there's a lot of moving parts in the types of videos that I create personally. But these tools are just as good.
And I mean, primarily the stuff that I'm doing it's for TikTok, it's for Instagram, it's for Facebook, which is going to apply to most normal people. The first time I opened up Premiere Pro, I was like, oh my gosh, what the heck am I even supposed to do with this? I might be able to fumble my way through editing something there, but for just regular social media stuff, CapCut is your friend. Instagram has some pretty user-friendly editing tools in it. TikTok is my favorite just because it's the most simplified, straightforward, user-friendly option to me. But I mean, between CapCut, if you want to build it in Instagram or if you want to build it in TikTok, that's the easiest thing for me. Every great once in a while, I'll go in and tinker with just editing tools just straight from my iPhone. But 90% of the things I post, I have done straight from my phone. And it's not like it's an iPhone. I think it's a 13. I don't even know, but it's not the newest iPhone. And I do most of my work from this little guy right here.
Yeah, so you don't need any crazy equipment to get started. The only reason we use crazy good equipment is because we're a video production company and we have access to it. So I think it'd be hilarious to film me skateboarding in a funny video, or like slapping Mike in 6K. Like not even 4K, like 6K, and then down. I just think it's funny. Wondershare Filmora is a great, easy platform to edit on. I haven't used that one. Have you ever used that one?
I haven't, but I'll have to check it out.
So all of the ones we were sharing about are free. There's free versions for Canva and CapCut, but there's also paid versions. You can do plenty of, you could do majority of everything you need with the free versions. Now, if you're pumping out a lot of stuff, and you can utilize some of these tools, like the AI tools and stuff that CapCut offers, definitely invest in that stuff. It's not too expensive to subscribe to those kinds of things. Sarah Palma, welcome to the live stream. Again, if you're watching, leave comments below, ask questions. This is your time. You have about 15 more minutes of access to us live. If you're on YouTube, make sure to go to Facebook or click the link in the description of the YouTube video. Come over here, join the Facebook Howdy Insiders group. And that's where you can ask the questions, because we can't see your comments on YouTube. We can only see your comments on Facebook. So, yeah, Canva is great. CapCut's great. Opus Pro is a great AI editing tool. I've mentioned it a few times before, but if you have a long form podcast, if you have a long form YouTube video, and whenever we say long form, that's usually over 10 minutes. If you have a video longer than 10 minutes, so this live stream is going to be a long form video, and guess what? It's going up on YouTube. It's going to be a resource for people to use after we're finished. Now, if you want to ask questions, you got to be part of the Insiders group. What up, Michael at VC? Welcome to the live stream. Michael was on last week. Split some game. Good time. But yeah, we personally use Adobe Premiere Pro for our video editing, for the longer form stuff. I just find it easier because that's where I learned. Definitely don't be afraid to use Instagram as a tool or TikTok as a tool. Honestly, the features that are on those apps are crazy now. I didn't ever think you could edit on mobile like you can now. So definitely use those. A lot of people don't even have computers. They just use their phone for everything. Our friend Yelly, who's a part of the Insiders group, she took her Instagram account to over 100,000 followers with an iPhone 12 in 1 year. So, does gear really matter that much? I mean, that's a debate in itself. Let me know what you think. Does gear matter? Have you found success without gear? If you're watching this after the live, don't be afraid to leave the comments. Good question. We'll answer them next time. We'll do 5 more minutes. Since y'all are slow today, it's okay. We're going live every day. It's not going to be the fastest paced thing every day. Currently in class, didn't want to miss the live. Thanks, Michael. We're not missing the live, even though I think I technically pay you to be on the live stream. JK. What's up, Trish Jessen? How's it going? Welcome to the Insiders Group live stream. If you got any questions, leave them in the comments, or you can just text me after, Trish. Literally, I'm an open book. We've been doing some fun projects, but we can't say anything else. Don't worry, confidential. But we've been doing some cool projects, just video stuff in general. Hope y'all are having a good week. What are y'all up to this Monday? Have y'all been posting on your social media accounts? Have you been updating your website? Like, what have y'all been doing with your content this week so far? Naomi cowboy emoji, says Michael. Work bestie. So there's a fun fact about Howdy Media. Now we've grown. Last year it was just me. This year we're now at about 7 other people who are helping us run this thing. So there's getting to be more and more moving parts, and we just want to say thank you to our clients who have used us, and trusted us. Yeah, thank you. The team's growing. I don't want to grow too big. Because then it creates more problems and more chaos. But Billy Flint says, howdy, filming courses. Feel like I'm not getting the best out of my camera. That will be an option coming up soon. We haven't filmed them yet. We do plan on filming them. That's going to be part of the thing that you get whenever you join the community. There's going to be different tier memberships to where you have access to different things at one point. Now that's a little bit further down the road. If you're getting in the Insiders Group right now, you're going to have a lot more benefits. So make sure to stay engaged. Make sure to stick around. But we will be doing some of those courses, specifically probably over Sony equipment, the Sony FX30, the Sony Alpha series, the A7 III, A60. I want to get the A6700, the A7C2. And if that's all gibberish to you, I'm sorry, but those are some of the best Sony cameras that you can get, and that's what we've used the whole time. Is Sony everything. Now it does add up, but I think it's worth it. That's what separates you from an amateur and professional video production person. So don't be afraid to invest in lenses. I think lenses is the best thing that you could possibly do. Now, when it comes to making regular social media content, all you need is an iPhone. These things are getting ridiculously good, and you can't even really get the full quality that you need to if you're filming with a cinema camera like we do. So, yeah, now's the time. If you're watching, thanks for watching. We got about 5 more minutes. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. We're getting some merch designed, so pretty soon. Now, whenever I say pretty soon, I mean in the next month or 2, maybe. We'll see. We'll have some merch. Have some Howdy Media stuff you can rep, some hats, some shirts. What do y'all want to see? What kind of merch do y'all want to see going into the winter? I want to see beanies. What do y'all want? So, Naomi, what is going to be your plan moving forward with your social media stuff? How many times are you posting? What kind of content are you going to be posting? What kind of give us an idea of what you're doing for real estate specifically?
So I have noticed that a lot of people just want to see houses. They don't want to listen to me talk for a minute straight. If you really think about it, even watching somebody talk for 30 seconds straight, you lost me 6 seconds and I've scrolled past. So I'll probably be doing a lot of house tours, focusing on visual or verbal hooks, something to just really stand out and get their attention, because you also get lost really quick in the, hey, this is Naomi and I'm standing outside 123 Princess Street.
Yeah.
You change it to, let me tell you 3 things I hate about this house, and walk in, show them all the cool things about it, and maybe be a little bit of a smart aleck about it. People will remember it, and you'll keep their attention the whole time and just really making it to where it's relevant, things that people actually want to see, and not posting just for the sake of posting. So I'll probably do house tours, updates on interest rates. That will be a little bit more challenging to find a way to make it engaging.
Yeah.
Because there's kind of a small squad that actually want to listen to that stuff.
Yeah. So what I've seen with real estate stuff is the old style, especially on Instagram, of like new listing, and it's just a picture, like a Canva graphic. I would strongly recommend you don't do that anymore, because then it looks like you're in a magazine or like an ad, and people don't want to feel like they're being sold to. They just want to see what you're doing behind the scenes. They want to connect with you. They want to get on a live stream with you, which is why we're doing this. That's really one of the only ways. If I'm on a podcast, I can talk for a while. If I'm talking to somebody else, I can talk for a while. If I'm talking to you, I can go for hours. But if it's just me talking about a bunch of random stuff, first of all, how do I know you want to learn about that? Second of all, it's boring. So, anyways, thanks for hopping on the live stream today. Hope you got something from it. If you did learn something, drop it in the comments. Let us know. We'll be live tomorrow at the same exact time. Tell your friends. If you can, plan on being here every single day. That's what this is about. This is free training, free masterclass about video production, about social media, content strategy, personal brand. And I also have a new book out. If you want a free copy of it, let me know. You get a free copy. I'm not trying to get rich off of this book. I just want to help people. There's a big stigma around that stuff. But yeah, DM me. I'll send you a copy of the book. It's like 15 pages. Quick read, how to grow your personal brand online. Thanks for joining the show today, Naomi. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Monday. Go create some content, and yeah, peace.
Awkward camera scurry.
Awkward camera scurry that we have to go turn off the live stream now. So hope you have a good one.